What's going on, family? Coach CJ here, and I want to take you guys through this very active session that we had this morning for our HyperDrive live trade room. As you guys know, I created the HyperDrive strategy. I only trade New York session. This green line right here represents when New York session began. This green line right here represents when our actual live trading session begins with the community. As you can see, we had no triangle entries. Remember, I only take triangle entries between this time, and we had no triangle entries at that moment. But guys, once we got live and we had our HD candle, our opening bell candle, we were super active. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 trades today. 6 trades that we took all on our live session. 6 trades that we took all on our live session. So let's go through them real quick. As we started off, when we first started our live session, we were in alignment for selling opportunities. Remember, we keep it stupid simple over here in the HyperDrive way, and that is we're red on top, red on the bottom. That's how easy we make that decision. So we were only looking for our selling entry points, okay? So right off the bat, we had a sale off of the J4 entry, the J4 money line, right at opening bell, okay? So we entered during this candle. Some people got really great entries way up here, and they were able to actually hit TP1. Me personally, I entered this and only made it to break even. So that was entry number 1. Remember, we had 6 entries. So the first entry was a selling opportunity, and I personally hit BE. Other people in the community made money literally in minutes this morning because they had a better entry than I did. All right. But once this entry got closed out at BE, we did make it to break even, minimum, TP1 for some. Once the entry took all of us out of BE, we kind of sat on our hands for a little bit because we saw that the market was a little bit shifty. We started getting closes above entry points. So we just sat back and kind of waited to see what was going to happen next. And we did ultimately get a flip of the market. So we went from, we changed hands. We went from sellers to buyers as we see blue and blue. Again, that's how easy we make that alignment decision. So as the market flipped, we have an entry point called the flip entry. So we got here in this candle right here at 9:45 Eastern, we entered our first buy. All right, we entered our first buy. So we had a flip entry right here. Now, when you join the HyperDrive community, you'll learn the ins and outs of this strategy. Super simple. But one of the concepts that I teach in the management section of the HyperDrive system is the early close line. That is an invalidation trick that I teach you guys, or how to get out of trades early than allowing them to go and hit your stop loss. So that's what actually happened on this trade right here. And matter of fact, I'll mark this one up for you. That low, we took a market execution as soon as this candle closed, and that low became our early close line. So you see this candle right here closed below that low, and so we exited out of that position early, took a very tiny loss, a very, very tiny loss, but that's okay because in that loss came our next entry. The J4 money line was our next buying opportunity. And this one went on and hit TP1. All right. Remember, TP1 for us is 50 points. 50 points. So we ended up hitting TP1 on this entry. And then the market did come and take us out. So this was our third entry of the day. Literally in 20 minutes of session began, we had 3 entry points. We had 3 entries. And this was the third one, the J4 money line, which went on and hit TP1. So it made up plus some for that early close that we got out of here. And then right on the next candle, we had a triangle entry that we also entered. All right. Now the market actually jumped on us. Our entry point ended up being right here. So we were actually floating in this entry for quite a while before it actually went and hit TP1, hit BE and went TP1. So this entry stayed active. That was our 4th entry, was this triangle entry right here. All right. That was our 4th entry right there. All right. And our 5th entry came after we hit TP1 on this one. This one came back. We hit TP1 on the 3rd entry, came back and took us out of BE. We were still active in this entry, the 4th entry that we took. And so what we did was we entered one more time here at the J4 money line. So that was our 5th entry. All right. And remember the early close line. So as we entered on this J4 money line, that wick became our early close line right there. And this candle actually closed below that J4 entry, invalidating the entry, so we early closed out. So that was our 5th entry. All right. And then at this point, guys, in the session, if you actually watch the full live session that is posted in the description, you'll hear me start to say, guys, look, this is a choppy market. I'm going to go ahead and be done. I was going to allow this entry here that was still active to ride out. So at this point, I only had one entry open. I was going to just let it ride, and whatever happened, happened. Either it was going to be an early close or it was going to hit TP1. That's the only result that could potentially happen. Either you win or you lose, right? And so I was telling the community, like, guys, let's round off this session. We were literally 20 minutes away from the time that I really like to be done trading anyway. So I was telling the community, look, let's just go ahead and just call it a day. We know what kind of market that we want to have when we're trading this strategy, and we want momentum. And we were in choppiness. We were in consolidation. But as we were rounding out this session, we saw this triangle entry coming right in front of our face. And I normally don't talk about this because, again, you don't need all these overcomplicated concepts. But this also was not only a triangle entry, but it also created a bullish engulfing candle. And if you know anything about trading, when you get bullish engulfing candles, you want to see, or bearish engulfing candles, you want to see continuation. So as I was sitting here telling the community, like, guys, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this. And I was literally asking them, like, y'all taking this? You know, and we were going back and forth in the chat about it. And, you know, at the end of the day, we were like, F it. What's the worst that can happen? Let's just take it. So when this candle closed, this was our sixth entry of the day. We took another buy. And now remember, we were already still actively in this entry right here from this triangle. So we took this triangle as well. And then boom, the market took off and we hit TP1 on this trade here, TP1 on this trade here, plus more. All right. This actually went 3 TPs. And remember, I have a trade management tool. So once we hit TP1, I am no longer, once I'm done trading, I'm no longer on the session. My trade management tool is managing for me automatically. There's nothing else that I have to do. Every 50 points, my stop loss moves further into profit. And we ended up hitting TP3 on this trade. And then we got taken out when we had a little midday reversal. That was the session. That was the session. It started off super choppy, and then we got to the bag. We went on and got to our money. So amazing session, super wild, probably the most difficult session of the week so far. But again, we still have 2 days left of this market, and we look to just rinse and repeat tomorrow. Rinse and repeat tomorrow. This strategy is so simple. It's so easy. I don't care if you've never traded before. If you learn this strategy, you can be successful. If you want to learn it, if you want to join our community, just click the link in the description. You can get involved right away, and you can be on our session. I can see you in class tomorrow. You can start watching. You can start observing absorbing the course, the HyperDrive way, a simplistic approach to trading, and you can literally start to learn and earn with us. All right. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you leave a comment. You like the video, you share the video, because this is the simplest way for you to be able to capitalize on market movements on a daily basis. I will see you guys in our live session tomorrow, our Thursday session. Till then, peace out.